back. My knees keep hitting the table.
What's up, everybody? We'll start here in about 2 minutes. All right, guys, we're at Bunkers in downtown Auburn, and it is their first annual Crawfish Bowl all weekend. Things going to get cranked up here this afternoon and then through Saturday and Sunday. So we're excited to be here for their first annual Crawfish Bowl. Man, the weather is phenomenal.
Oh my gosh, it is beautiful. I am so happy that it is finally nice outside.
Yes.
Are we going to have spring for like a week and then
It looks like it.
It just get 100 million degrees?
Don't know that it'll jump that high, but let's see. Let's do a little, since we're not on air yet, kind of do a little future view. We like looking into the future, right? Hey, all the way to next Thursday. Ooh, we will have a dip next Saturday, a little bit of a slight dip. I don't know, man. It's terrible.
What?
Yeah. I meant to send that to you earlier. Yeah, the guy that was invincible. So we got 30 seconds.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, Chuck Norris passes away today. I didn't think that was ever possible. I didn't even think that was literally humanly possible. It's an appropriate background. Got a little American flag and the war-down eagle right above us, so it's great. We do our show here for every day. What's up, everybody? Welcome into the Auburn Blitz here at noon, brought to you by Glenda Mitchell Law Firm. We are so excited to be on location in downtown Auburn here at Bunkers, one of our favorite places. We've got so many favorite places that we go, but we love Bunkers, and this is a perfect weekend for you to come to Bunkers because it is their first annual Crawfish Bowl, Faith. And, man, all of the prep they got going on over there, all the big, huge cookers that they just offloaded off of a U-Haul.
Yeah, they've got a lot going on.
A ton going on. Shrimp and crawfish. We'll read off the specials as we move forward.
$25 for a pound of crawfish, and you get corn, potatoes, Kaneka sausage, as well as you could do a shrimp plate, the same thing.
Right.
1 pound or both for $27.
Hey.
And you get half a pound of each.
Going to start, probably have that ready today at 4 o'clock. So for all of you out there watching and listening, this is the place to be. I mean, they're having to clear out space because they're expecting so many people here this weekend. And, man, it's a gorgeous weekend to go watch some baseball here in Auburn, one of the biggest series ever at Plainsman Park with number 2, Texas coming in to take on number 4, Auburn. They just knocked off the number 3 team earlier this week in Georgia Tech. So now they've got a great Texas team coming in. You and I talked about on the podcast this morning. Tonight's game's at 6 o'clock, and then tomorrow's at 6, and then the Sunday game will be in the afternoon. But, man, it is the weather understood the assignment, didn't it?
Yeah, there's no question about it. It's going to be a gorgeous weekend. With them having their highest attendance record on a midweek game while it was freezing out against number 3 Georgia Tech. Yeah, number 3 Georgia Tech. And then now you've got number 2 coming in on a beautiful weekend. I can guarantee that attendance record is going to be higher.
Absolutely. And again, just with the Crawfish Bowl, the baseball game, you got an NIT basketball game on Sunday afternoon. Hey, still playing basketball. Taking on Seattle U. I'd be lying if I told you I knew anything about it. Don't know anything about Seattle U. I think Auburn's a 15.5-point favorite in this game. We'll talk a little bit about the NIT game against South Alabama a little bit later on the program. And also, guess what? We got spring football. I mean, there's so much going on right now.
We're loaded with content today, so it's not going to get boring, I can promise you.
It never gets boring on here anyway.
No.
But again, I guess we'll start with spring football because, you and I have been over. You went Tuesday to practice. We didn't get a chance to really see practice yesterday. Got a chance to catch up with some of the players. But just your thoughts to everybody watching the noon show that may not have seen the podcast, your take on what you were able to see in a small window, about a 25-minute window on Tuesday.
Yeah, I mean, it was 25 minutes of half of it was stretches, and then the other half was warm-ups for drills. And I think a lot of people are not realizing on all the posts on social media that we've been making of some of the videos from practice that those are right after they do stretches. That is what they're going into. Those are their warm-ups. So on all of our social medias, the videos that we have, they're not going to be dropping 50-yard bombs. Like, I don't understand how people are getting confused from that. But, seeing the difference in energy and the atmosphere was the first thing that everybody noticed when you walk into practice, is that there's a different vibe, a different feeling that you get when you walk in. And it's a good one. And that is probably the most important and biggest change yet.
I didn't know there were that many quarterback coaches out there. You find out there's a lot of QB coaches out there when you post something on social media. But in all seriousness, Byron Brown, like the footage that you got and other people got that posted, everybody kind of freaked out a little bit and going, oh, Auburn's in trouble. Look at that. I mean, give me a break. I mean, seriously, like this guy, this is a quarterback that he really doesn't have anything to prove but to himself. He's already proven to the country he's a big-time player. He was one of the top portal quarterbacks. Auburn wasn't the only team that was after him.
Right.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say, if it wasn't for Alex Golish and the staff coming here, Auburn may not get Byron Brown, Faith.
There's no question about it. And again, the elements that also came from South Florida that have worked with Byron Brown and around him, players, coaches, everything makes such a big impact on that. And so one of the questions that we've all kind of been wondering is, how have the South Florida guys settled with the Auburn guys? Because you kind of have both are thinking that they're top dog. Auburn, they're the guys that stayed, they're like, we own this place. And then South Florida, it's like, well, we're coming in with the coaches and we kind of run this place because we've worked with them before. You don't see any separation like that.
No.
And you see so much unity between all the position groups, which was also kind of different from last year because everyone was so split and set apart. But you see just so many different conversations and just the energy's there. I don't know. It doesn't feel like one side thinks it's their house and the other,
And that's a good thing. Again, they, since January, have had a chance to be around each other for a few months now. And I was on Gary Harris's show in Tuscaloosa a little bit earlier today. And that's one thing he asked me is just the vibe of the building and getting things started. And I heard Coach Golish say, it's really organized. It's not like everybody thinks where it's like, oh, God, we got all these moving parts and new people and everybody's trying. You do have 50 new guys on the roster. You do have a new coaching staff. But there is also an underlying current of continuity with the guys they brought in from South Florida that helps ease the transition. They're able to tell the Auburn guys, Faith, they're able to say, look, this is what you can expect from these guys. This is what they like to see. This is what they don't like to see. And then the Auburn guys on the flip side, they can say, this is how things work around here. this is what it's like to be in the SEC. This is what you can expect. You can expect after every practice to be a mob of media to interview you, whereas at South Florida, you probably didn't have anybody. Seriously, not a cut on them, but you might have one or two guys that are sitting there with a little recorder. You come off the field, we all take advantage of the windows that we can go to practice and see and talk to players. And so it's a little bit of both worlds.
Absolutely. And you said on the podcast that these guys kind of don't enjoy, maybe not don't enjoy, but they don't see coming into the SEC being as big of a difference for them than what everyone's making it out to see.
Right. And I really think they feel that way. I think they understand what they've got to do. They understand that a lot of people are saying, "Oh, you did those things at South Florida in a Group of 5 school rather than a Power 4 school." That's just more motivation in their mind. They're just going, "Hey, I know I've got the athletic ability to play at this level, and I'm going to show everybody." And if somebody tweeted out, I showed you this morning, kind of a, should Auburn fans be concerned with Byron Brown's throwing motion and some of the things? And then Alex Golis just kind of subtly put the date of the first game and a flying eagle on there. And then the guy said, "Come check back with me on November 26th." And he added Coach Golis. That's what you want in your coach. He's like, "Hey, man, I don't have to tell you. Just turn the TV on or just come to the game and watch what we do."
Yeah, I just love the little fire that he has in him and that he's instilling in all of these guys too. That's the other thing, that this is an example for all of the guys. And he's the leader that you want to have. He's setting a really good example for these guys. And that's, again, the leadership aspect has been a very big problem at Auburn. And without Scolish being there, you can tell the whole culture change and how big of an impact Alex Scolish has had on these boys already.
And, one thing you told me after practice Tuesday that you really admired about him is he made a point to go around to each player and speak and kind of, hey, some words of encouragement. And, you don't have to do that as the head guy. You got position coaches, you got other guys, but he makes it a point. And I can't remember who it was, if it was Chaz Nimrod or if it was Koger or Singleton, that said, he has high expectations, but he also understands our feelings and our emotions, and he's open armed to their thoughts and things like that. It's not just his way or the highway. He wants it to be a two-way street. So, and we saw that. You saw that in person.
Yeah, they said that they know when he can be not a friend to them, but they can confide in him and talk to him. But when it's time to work, it's time to work. And that's the most important thing. And so having that difference and there be a fine line between that, I think these guys are able to go and trust them and be able to really confide in if something's going on either off the field or on the field. And he's going to be there for them regardless. It's such a hard time in these guys' lives because it's such a pivotal time, and he wants the best for them. And that's what you really see from him as a head coach, is that no matter what, he wants the best for each individual player. And that's why he's so selective for the guys he goes after, which we've seen in recruiting, which we'll talk about later.
Oh, yeah, He's definitely got a particular style person he's going after, mentality-wise, and, obviously got to have the athletic ability. All right, we are on location at Bunkers here in downtown Auburn for their first annual Crawfish Bowl. I mean, you can see there's all types of entertainment. They're going to have live DJs and live band playing here all weekend. It starts today at 4 o'clock and goes through Saturday and through Sunday, and it's just a gorgeous weekend to be out and about. You need to come out to Bunkers. We're glad to be here, Faith.
Yes.
And we're excited about everything that's going on here. We're going to take our first break here on the show. Stay tuned. A lot more to come here on the Auburn Blitz right after this.
Thank you.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz here. 45 minutes left on our show. We are live on location, as you can see on the screen, at Bunkers right here in downtown Auburn. They've already brought our food out. It's not crawfish because they don't have it ready yet. But at 4 o'clock, the fours up, fourth quarter, they'll have – that's when you put your fours up, right? Don't you put your fours up in the fourth quarter?
That's when it's going to be ready.
That's when you put your four – I mean, you don't – when else do you put fours up outside?
I was just saying 4 o'clock.
Yep, I know. That's what I was saying, too. I was just kind of throwing it out there. So anyway, moving along from that. But anyway, this is their first annual Crawfish Bowl. Come check it out downtown.
Great prices.
Outstanding prices. But then all the entertainment that you get, the DJs, the live bands that will be playing here.
All behind us. They got some crazy bands and DJs.
Yep, Driving Blind, Caleb King, Grayson Turner, Titus Thornton, Mitchell Hudson, Chase Baker, Gage Cowart, Walker Taylor, Riley Anderson, Logan Bond, Zach Miller, DJ JT. So
maybe you can spin a few.
Spin it on up. But anyway, appreciate KJ and Wes and Alan and the whole group here at Bunkers. And if you're one of the few that haven't been to Bunkers yet, you need to change that. You need to come on down to downtown Auburn and make sure. And look, they got all the parking spaces. You don't have to worry about trying to hunt for a parking spot. I mean, how convenient is this place?
No, it's awesome. And honestly, like the food, even though we're not having crawfish right now, the food here is phenomenal. 10 out of 10. Everybody knows that I love my steak sliders, which I have sitting right in front of me right now. So it's kind of hard to
concentrate.
Yeah.
So
anyway.
Yeah, and we've got Sophie and Maddie over here to our right, two of our most awesome. They're not even interns anymore. They're family.
Yeah.
They're family. They're not interns.
The R&B family.
Yeah, absolutely. So always love to see Maddie and Sophie. So you need to come out to Bunkers.
To see
here.
Maddie and Sophie.
I had to say Maddie and Sophie for sure. So, they'll be here all weekend. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Like, no. Well,
they're like, maybe.
Well, maybe they could be. So, all right, back to some talk about Auburn.
Yes.
All right, the football, I have a practice tomorrow, and then hopefully Tuesday we'll have – I know Pro Day's Tuesday. So we'll –
excited to go to that.
Yeah, it's going to be fun, and we were talking about that earlier in the week. So we'll have a report from Pro Day, and you'll see some NFL scouts there and some of the guys that are trying to make that next step. But, then you got the baseball game today, tomorrow, and Sunday. Just a tremendous series. What's up, my man? With Texas, number 2 team, but Auburn is number 4. And here's a stat for you that we talked about this morning. These are the 2 hottest teams in the country dating back to 2024. I guess maybe the more consistent teams. 18 of the last 21 series, Auburn, they've won 18 of their last 21. Texas has won 19 of their last 21.
Yeah, this is going to be a very, very good matchup. And again, I think having it be at home with this beautiful weather, that everybody's going to be out there. And we know how important a home field advantage is for any sport. And Plainsman Park, there's no better place to have a home series with the beautiful weather against somebody like Texas.
Absolutely. And, when you look at the pitching rotation and everything set tonight, Jake Marciano, who has been beyond phenomenal since he arrived on campus, the transfer from Virginia Tech. He's got a 0.93 ERA. He's got a 3-0 record. But he'll go against a guy that's also pitching lights out, 4-0 with a 2.05 ERA. Saturday, you'll have Jackson Sanders on the mound, who's 2-0 with a 2.76. And then on Sunday, you'll have Alex Petrovic at a 4.0 mark and a 2.03 ERA. But Jay Marciano, Faith, is about literally almost not just unhittable, untouchable. Like, can't even get a bat on the ball. He's been pitching so well. Need him to perform the same tonight if Auburn is to get off on the right foot here on the series.
Yeah, it's going to be imperative that they have to. And, they've started to get the bats better throughout playing, and just keeping that also being hot is going to be important. But again, the defense has just been so strong for this Auburn team.
Yeah, starting pitchers haven't allowed more than one earned run in 10 straight games and combined a .61 ERA during that span. So this is, even when the bats were struggling earlier in the year, we saw how well this pitching staff was performing. And I've said this to you, and you agreed. If you don't get any injuries and this pitching staff continues to do what it's doing, I don't see any gaps in this lineup. I know somebody's got to be 7, 8, and 9 in the lineup. Everybody can't hit 1, 2, or 3. But if you're trying to be nitpicky and figure out some deficiencies, I guess you would point to that. But defensively, this team doesn't make errors.
Yeah.
They hit the ball up and down the lineup, and they've got phenomenal pitching from starters all throughout the bullpen.
Yeah, so it's gonna be a really fun time this weekend. Some of the injury updates that Bristol Carter,
I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah, he's gonna be a game time decision, but we know how important he has been and how well he's performed. So that's gonna be kind of a miss if he's not gonna be able to come back.
Yeah, Eric Guevara is back in the lineup too. That's huge. But, going back to Bristol, you sat down with him a few weeks ago, and your On the Front Row feature, I thought it was a great interview, and, just a great person, and, very focused, and hated to see that with a strained pec muscle, but maybe he can give it a go. Look, even though this is a massive series, you got to look long-term, baseball-wise. If he's not really ready to go, it's not worth rushing back.
That is just how it is in baseball. You see so many young kids just try constantly to get back too early, and it just damages them more and more in the future, which is going to ruin sometimes their professional career. So even though this is a huge series and it could be, it would be nice to have him back. If he's not ready, there's no reason for
Don't
him.
Rush.
This is we're in March.
This is series number 2.
Yeah, so
rather have him coming down the stretch at 100% than look. It's big. If you win this series, it's great. But guess what? Next week you got another series, and then another one, and then another one. So it doesn't. It's built up because of the rankings, but in the scheme of things, it's just a small step in what you want to accomplish during the season. So
and Drew Whalen is going to look to get a second opinion after he went down in Missouri last weekend.
Right.
And they said that in the initial MRI that it didn't look like it was a full tear in his elbow, but they're going to be going and getting a second opinion, seeing what he needs to do there. It's going to be, again, those are just injuries that
he's just going to have, nothing, like Coach Thomas said, nothing serious to this point. So hopefully keep it that way. All right, we are at Bunkers in downtown Auburn again for the Crawfish Bowl. Keep holding this T-shirt up because the first 100 in each day get one of these T-shirts. So that's the back, and then, of course, the front here with the Bunkers logo on it. So get a free T-shirt if you're one of the first 100 in the door. And let me tell you, they got a ton of shrimp, a ton of crawfish, but they're going to run out.
Yeah.
You prep for this kind of a turnout, and with it being such great weather, you need to ensure that you get some really good food, and so you need to get here early. But we're up against another break. Stay tuned. A lot more to come here on the Auburn Blitz right after this. Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz here halfway through our program. We are on location at Bunkers in downtown Auburn for the first annual Crawfish Bowl, and they'll have that. They'll probably have things starting to go before we leave, and you'll start smelling that. It's going to really kind of be tough for us to leave with all that starting. But you can make sure you're here, and if you can't be here on Friday, you can be here on Saturday or Sunday. It's going all weekend. Our program brought to you by the Glenda Mitchell Law Firm. We're so fortunate to be partnered with somebody like Glenda Mitchell, and such a great law firm. She's a fighter for everybody out there that needs it. If you've been in a car accident or somebody in your family, hopefully none of you ever will be, but if you are, check out Glenda Mitchell, free consultations. And then it's halfway through our program, which means it's time for
Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine, one of our other favorite places here in Auburn. They've got some of the best cuts of high quality meat, fish, chicken. They've got high quality wine, all the good things. So make sure that you are able to go to Pepper Tree whenever you're in Auburn or Montgomery. And
and it just Pepper Tree's the place.
It is the best.
So anyway, glad to have Pepper Tree part of our team as well here on Auburn Blitz. So all right, basketball, Faith, we have a game on Sunday. Auburn basketball trying to make a run in the NIT to win it. There was such a debate on whether Auburn would accept an NIT bid or if they would just hang it up for the year and start looking toward next year. And the team voted to play in the tournament. Then a little bit of a curveball with no Murph, decided to opt out. And, the more I hear about this and listen to what Stephen Pearl, they legitimately did not know that he was deciding this and kind of just threw it on top of everybody. And so
he
it
would
was
have
a little
been the
disappointing.
last person that we thought that would do that.
Right.
By throwing this curveball and being the one not to show up to practice. I mean, I think all of us were shocked to hear, and I think his players or his teammates were shocked as well.
Yeah, no doubt about it. When you decide to come together and vote as a team, I'm assuming he was part of that vote.
Yeah.
And then, like you said earlier in the week, what happened? For him to change his mind or whatever you would think.
Thursday they had decided that, or I know on the Thursday before he tweeted out that
whether he stayed or not.
Well, he said whatever happens, like I know what it means to wear this jersey,
sure,
with this name on my back, and then on Monday he doesn't show up for practice, and that's when everything kind of happened. So what happened between that Thursday when he had tweeted that, either before or over the weekend? I don't know.
But then no communication though. Like, I get it. I understand, like, okay, if you change your mind or something comes up and you go, okay, yeah, maybe I'm just going to not do this, but to just not communicate it to anybody and just, okay, I'm not playing. It just was something that, like you said, probably the shocker of anybody on the team.
I would have thought it'd been other people beforehand.
Yeah, there's definitely guys that we would have not been shocked if they'd have done that, but I think Murph's always been a guy that has been a semi-leader on this team that people kind of looked up to and was kind of vocal. But nevertheless, Auburn moved on. They played South Alabama, looked terrible in the first half. No other way to spin it. Had 30 points, looked like they didn't want to be there. South Alabama came in with a little bit of extra oomph, and Auburn didn't match their energy. But they did close the gap to 6 before half, and then they came out and really dominated. KO went from basically shooting 3 air balls to scoring 21 points in the second. I don't know where that came from.
And the same thing with Caden Magwood having, no points in the first half. I mean, I don't know what it was.
How about no playing time for 2 months?
Well, that too. But, I mean, I think it's just so bizarre how the first half, there was such a disconnect. I don't know what it was.
Well, I think we were all shocked at the subs. I mean, we saw Simon Walker. We saw Caden Magwood. We saw no blatant Charlotte.
It almost feels like it's what is there to lose in all of this? So play all these guys, and I don't.
But we've been talking about the disciplinary part of this team all year, and several guys having to serve, suspensions or whatever, and then all the stuff with Caden Magwood. That
had you gone to the NCAA tournament? Would he play?
That's a good question. It's a very good question. I don't know. And was it a regular season thing? And once the regular season was over, you kind of flipped the switch. And then that's been part of the debate.
Same thing with Murph about the debate on the regular season and postseason negotiations. Maybe that's just been the talk. We don't know if that's true at all, but
could have something to do with it. We don't know. It's all speculative on our part and everybody else's too, for that matter. All right, we're up against another break here. We are live on location at Bunkers. Their first annual Crawfish Bowl is this weekend. It starts today at 4 o'clock.
It does, and everybody should go get in line, and you'll get first 100. You get a free T-shirt.
Yeah. T-shirts, man. Who doesn't want free T-shirts?
I do.
I mean, so come out to Bunkers and crawfish. Yeah, no question. So, and they have shrimp too, by the way, a lot of it. All right, we're going to take a break. Stay tuned. More of the Auburn Blitz coming up right after this.
to say that.
Yeah, that's just like, I would have just looked down about it.
I guess I missed that. I was looking at my phone.
I think I would actually fly if I flew out.
All right, welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. A couple more segments left in the show today. We're live on location at Bunkers and first annual Crawfish Bowl. Man, like nothing says spring like a good old Crawfish Bowl, and the weather is awesome this weekend. You could not ask for better weather. And then you got the baseball series between Auburn and Texas, the biggest one in the country. You got a basketball game on Sunday with Auburn taking on Seattle U. You got spring football practice going on. There's so much going on. And, man, it's just so nice outside.
It's so beautiful outside. And I don't know what better way to spend your Friday night than coming to Bunkers and being able to get some crawfish, listen to some great bands that they have. They have 3 bands tonight. And then from 10 p.m. to close, they've got their DJ coming on. So it's going to be a great time.
Yeah, it's going to be a great time. Everything here is a great time at Bunkers.
Always.
And the food, we're not able to eat any crawfish yet because they don't have them ready till 4. But, of course, you get your old reliable, the steak sliders. I ate the smash burger for the first time.
How was it?
Phenomenal. Like, yeah. I've had the club. I've had the quesadillas. I've had
the quesadillas.
The quesadillas are good. I've had the steak sliders. Burger's outstanding too. So nothing bad, and nothing ever bad here. And you got the tater. It's hard to not get the tater tots.
They're so good.
They're so
Always.
good. So no question about it. All right. Here in the last segment and a half, talking about this basketball team and what they're going to do moving forward. You get this game at home against Seattle U. Can you win this tournament? We talked about this on Gary's show this morning. You know, everybody's always worried about what everybody thinks and what perception is. If you're a competitor, you're an athlete. Some of these guys may never play college basketball again. You get a chance to continue to play. I like what Stephen Pearl said. He's like, we get an opportunity. We're not opting out. We're going to vote. And then if there's enough that want to play, we're going to go play. That's what we're paid to do. That's what we want to do. And, hey, look, if you do make a run, Faith, and you win this tournament, yeah, everybody's disappointed you didn't go to the NCAA tournament. But if you win the tournament, man, you carry some positive momentum into the offseason.
Yeah, I think, too, with all of this is that, like you said, the mindset and the competitiveness from these guys, Brett, that's what's changed a lot about college athletics in the whole landscape of
right.
How NIL has contributed to it and everything, is that some people lose that mindset and they lose the want to go compete just because you're not in the NCAA tournament.
Yeah.
You don't have the opportunity to go do that, so why would you even do it? I really do like that Stephen Pearl has said that what he said about wanting to go out there, still go and compete,
yes.
And whatever happens, happens. But I think that's where a lot of the changes have happened in the mindset of the guys.
I think from high school up to college now, there's not, and I'm not saying this for every athlete because it definitely doesn't ring true for everyone, but some of the more elite athletes that decide, hey, I'm going to opt out, I'm going to do that. Maybe one day you're going to look back and go, wish I hadn't have done that. Right. Because that's another opportunity that you had to play a sport that you love, and you decided to sit it out instead of go play.
And some of these guys, when it is their last year before going into maybe the NBA draft or whatever it might be, because they've already used all their years of eligibility. But for some of the young guys, that's where you could think maybe, oh, well,
Absolutely.
If I don't play this year, it doesn't make any difference. I'm going to go transfer to another school anyway. So I don't know. I do like the mindset that Stephen Pearl has going into this tournament.
I do too. So Auburn will take on Seattle U on Sunday if they win that game, they'll take on the winner of Liberty, Nevada. Liberty knocked off George Mason. Nevada knocked off Murray State. So you win that one, you'll get an opportunity to take on one of those two teams for a chance then to go to the Final Four of the NIT, which is also in Indianapolis, by the way, where the NCAA tournament Final Four. It's weird that they're there at the same time. And if I'm correct on this, that they're going to play the NIT like in between the.
Really?
Yes. So I need to double check that. It's just odd that's going on.
This morning, I was finally getting, all my spring clothes and everything out, the short sleeves, and what rose from the bottom of the drawer? The Final Four T-shirt.
Yeah.
From last year.
And you know how quickly things change. We got a chance to go to that Elite Eight game. Me and Braden had a great time, and
thank you for the T-shirt.
We brought back a big tub of T-shirts for everybody that wanted them. And just again, it tells you that from literally a year to the next, how things have changed. But again, it's not all negative. New head coach and Stephen Pearl, a new team. They took their lumps this year. They should have made the NCAA tournament, no doubt, but they didn't. So they're making the best of what they can moving forward. Stephen Pearl's got more wins as a first-year head coach than anybody in Auburn history at 18. So,
yep.
All right, we're going to take our final break here. We are live on location at Bunkers for the first annual Crawfish Bowl. Stay tuned. One final segment coming up right after this. Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz final segment here on the show. We are live on location at Bunkers in downtown Auburn for their first annual Crawfish Bowl. Man, they're going to get things cranked up about 4 o'clock today, and it's going to carry all the way through the weekend. Saturday and Sunday, first 100 in the door, get one of these T-shirts, and they're sharp looking, and they've got a ton of shrimp, crawfish out there. The prices are unreal, Faith. They got live music all weekend. Got a DJ as well. Mm-hmm. Where else would you want to go?
Hey, with this wonderful weather that Auburn has finally, I would definitely want to just be walking downtown.
Yes.
Walk right in, be able to eat some good crawfish. I know it's finally the season, and I've been craving it. Everyone's been craving it. And so what better time?
And they're doing it right here, like you said. You're going to be able to open the doors.
Yeah.
So people will be coming in and out. You got the patio areas out here. It's going to be really, really nice. So come out and check it out. One of our great partners here on Auburn Blitz, Bunkers, and, of course, everything Auburn Blitz brought to you by the Glenda Mitchell Law Firm. Just a great, great person, and such a great staff. And God forbid anybody's ever in a car wreck, or have – or spill ice. But anyway, you can call Glenda, get a free consultation if you are in a wreck.
Yeah.
That should be the first person that you call outside of 911 if you're hurt. You need to be on the phone with Glenda.
Somebody
Mitchell.
can call her, and then somebody can call the police.
Absolutely. So, but yeah, check them out online, glendamitchellaw.com. And again, glad to be partnered with her. Faith, to close it out here from Bunkers today. And we're in full spring mode now with, basketball still playing and see how far they can go in this NIT. Spring football, you and I will be back at the complex next week, pro day on Tuesday. We'll see what, practice availability, what players. But I had a chance to catch up with Keyshawn Singleton and Chaz Nimrod and Jeremiah Koger along with Jake Thornton yesterday, the tight end. We didn't really talk about what Jake said, but you can go to our Instagram, and all of those videos are posted there of what they were able to talk about after practice yesterday. But Jake Thornton kind of alluded to how important the tight end position is in an Alex Golesh offense and how much time he spends with them. Jake Johnson. Jake Thornton's the coach. That's right. Yeah. But Jake Johnson, you should have just corrected me instead of letting me just roll with it. I thought I did. Yeah. So he's talked about that after practice and the diversity in that tight end room and how important it is in the Alex Golesh offense.
Yeah, because, in the Auburn offense in past years, it has not been that important. It hasn't been such a demand or need. And Alex Golesh has been able to do a lot with tight ends as he was a tight ends coach for a few years and really focuses in on that position. And so that is just – it's nice to hear – how important it is, because that's been such a big target for us the last year with how bad that group was before. That's kind of the only way I can spin it.
You got a former quarterback in that room. You got a guy, Arliss Boardingham, that hasn't played in a little while, but really has some top end experience. He played at Florida, Bowling Green. You have just a good diversity of guys that are fighting to see who's going to be, the number one guy and then who's going to be platooning at that position. But it's really been a non-effective position in Auburn's offense for the last several years. And for Alex Golesh, it's got to be productive. He's talked about it. Yeah. It has to be a position that produces not just from offensive numbers, but being able to block and just the schemes that you run with the tight end.
The versatility that they bring to an offense, correct. Schematic parts of it.
And we all say this, the perfect tight end is somebody that can block and be able to run really good routes, that you're not subbing guys in because one can block better and one can catch better to tip your hand. If you got somebody that can do both pretty well, it keeps the other defense, it keeps the defense guessing for sure.
Absolutely. We saw it in a lot of the opponents that Auburn played last year, which helped them a lot. And you and I kept looking at each other saying, why can't Auburn do something like this? Where is it for Auburn? And hopefully now this year we're going to be able to see it in some sort.
Yeah, just to have somebody that's got some confidence at that position would be huge. All right, to close out, we're at Bunkers here in downtown Auburn. Again, first 100 in the door today and tomorrow get a free T-shirt. They'll be doing the Crawfish Bowl all weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. It's the time to be out and about. The weather's going to be gorgeous. The plates that you can get, the pound of crawfish, the sides, everything that goes with it, the shrimp as well. Just a great price. Live entertainment here all weekend as well. Plus, you got the baseball games going on and the basketball game on Sunday, Faith. So a lot to do here in Auburn, Alabama.
Lots to do here, and it's always a good time here at Bunkers. I know last night they had the line dancing, so they had to move all the tables for that and then move all the tables back for this because there's going to be so many people here this weekend.
We're up here on the big stage. Down on the bottom, there'll be a band up here later on this afternoon performing, and all throughout the weekend. They've got the other stage on the other side. Man, just plenty to do and plenty to have fun with. So, but we're going to wrap it up here for the TV side. Again, we have appreciated being part of Bunker's first annual Crawfish Bowl. Y'all make plans to come out and do it. And again, thanks to Glenda Mitchell Law Firm for her support and our partnership here on the Auburn Blitz. For Faith Richardson, I'm Brett Pritchard saying we've enjoyed it. We hope you have. See you next time for the Auburn Blitz. All right, everybody, we will sign off now. And, again, appreciate all of you so very much that have subscribed to our YouTube channel and found us out there. 16K now on the subscriber side, so we appreciate all of you so very much. We'll be back with you Monday for another episode of our Auburn Blitz podcast at 8 o'clock in the morning. And, of course, we have our noon show every single day, Monday through Friday. So check that out. All right, Faith, send us out.
Happy birthday or early birthday to Paula.
There you go.
Tomorrow.
There you go.
It's her birthday.
Yes.
So thanks for everything you do for us and with Pepper Tree and everything. We love and appreciate you. And I hope everyone has the best day and weekend ever.
Absolutely. Have fun this weekend. Enjoy yourself. Be safe out there. Say nice things. Do nice things for people. And we will see you Monday for more of the Auburn Blitz.